Ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, listeners and learners, those who belong to the field of science, arts, commerce and engineering, especially spirituality, the most honorable President Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, respected ministers and doctors, honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators and advisors, reverend fathers and mothers, affectionate sons and daughters. I, Dr.RK from USA, heartily, cordially welcome all of you. It is really nice time, nice place, nice section. You are listening the truth of science and spirituality. God's blessings and grace are uncounted and numberless. Bottom to top, root to fruit. Early in the morning, whenever we get up, we see a lot of changes, colors, varieties, adversities, variations in the nature. Nature is the supreme gift, and as per the thoughts of our own holy religions, nature is our God. Nature nurtures us like a mother, treats us like a doctor, guides us like a supervisor. Means nature plays multi-dimensional and multi-faceted, multi-sided roles in the overall development of the human being. A child who gets birth on this earth, firstly he starts playing with mud. Means 5 elements that was composed by his body, he thought to be friendly with these 5 elements. A man plays different roles in his life, from his childhood to old age, from his birth to death. Man plays his role as an actor and a hero. For him, this world becomes a stage. At the different stages, different interval of time, he participates and performs with a different type of acts. That shows his internal and external talents, manner, skills, styles, which becomes his lifestyle. Dear friends, likely that sports and games that we play along with our study, sports, if we play with our devotion and dedication, with 100% present sense of mind, it never interrupts and disturbs the study. but it helps in doing study. Sports becomes a helper. Sports becomes healer and recoverer of this human body. Whenever physically, mentally, we feel nervous, frustrated, depressed, then this kind of sports, games help us in turning towards our concentration and with proper attention of the actions. So for that, sports creates, generates, operates highly professional personalities. It improves our profession in all the streams. Even our own kind of people, those who are busy, those who remain busy in servicing others, domestic kind of services, and in the sector of post office, banking, railway, aeroplanes, in the means of communication and in the means of transportation. In all the means of transportation and communication, even in agriculture and industry, these all are the fields where this kind of sports help in grooming them, in improving them. True sports and games that we play friendly, emotionally, devotionally and dedicatedly for bringing the name fame of our nation. Really it helps us in the attachment of nature. It provides different type of protective and productive services to our nation. Nature plays its multi-dimensional and multi-sided roles. Nature alone cannot be studied individually, but it works as the greatest humanitarian creation of the earth. So likely that this sports makes us able to tell correctly about our duties at home. It makes us able to make our bed. Moreover, to know the health rules regarding personal cleanliness. A scholar and learner who spends his time with nature, with sports, learn and practice BP 6 exercises or yoga or asanas or Surya Namaskar. He cleans and polishes canvas or leather shoes. He stitches a button. A sportsman makes a personal first aid and know its contents. Primarily, he knows how to heal himself and others. He should know the definition and golden rules of first aid. A well-disciplined sportsman, a well-disciplined gamer always participates and plays the role of being a resourceful person of this society. If we talk about his disciplinary activities, then he learns about his patrol, its flag, yell, song, patrol corner, and participate in a parole in council. He learns and practices hand and whistle signals. He knows foot drills like Savdhan Vishram, आम से ध्याने बाएं पीछे मुड़. Likely that he participates in a company and patrol game. A sportsman knows how to satisfy the guide captain that your behavior at home and at school is good. Some services that are essential for a sportsman. He undertakes a company service project in his school or guide headquarters under the guidance of his guide captain. He deals with simple cuts, burns and bleeding from the nose. He undertakes household responsibilities like cooking, water storage, hospitality, cleanliness, etc. with the help of parents for a week. Daily good turn at home and maintain a diary at least 4 a month. He participates in these following activities as well. With his guide captain and render some services involving any one of the points of guide law and submit a report to his guide captain within a week. He undertakes a nature study project in consultation with his patrol leader and submit the report within 10 days. In spite of these activities, he visits a village panchayat samiti, block, development or municipality or municipal corporations, municipal corporation office and learn about the services rendered by one such public organization and submit a report to your guide captain within 10 days. Communication. Be able to use the PCO and mobile phone and be acquainted with the facilities available on it. Out of doors, he knows the simple woodcraft signs and follow a trail with her patrol of not less than half a kilometer. Know and practice road safety rules for pedestrians. Participates in a nature study trail. He serves as a Pravesh guide for at least 6 months. Sea guide. In addition to the above test, a sea guide will have to qualify He has a general knowledge of sea guiding. He knows about water safety precautions. He gets over fear in water. Air guide. In addition to Pratham Sopan test, an air guide will have to qualify for the following: have general knowledge of air guiding, collect photographs or pictures of different types of aircraft, have general knowledge of our badges and flag, recognize at least 10 types of aircrafts used by the Air Force or civil aviation in the country. He prepares a log of the aircrafts seen during the period fixed by the guide captain. Dear friends, in spite of this, on the successful completion of the Pratham Sopan test, the guide shall be issued the Pratham Sopan badge by the district association, as the case may be. On the recommendation of the guide captain, who acts as the examiner, the Pratham Sopan badge is a scroll with the words be prepared, Tayyar, in Devanagari script. It shall be worn below the Pravesh badge. Test for Dvitiya Sopan. Pioneering. He demonstrates timber hitch, rolling hitch, marline spike or lever hitch, and figure of 8 note and their uses. Tie the following lashings, square and figure of 8 lashing and know their uses. Demonstrates the use of hand axe, of chopper, and know the safety rules and how to keep them sharp. Demonstrate the uses: safety and sharpening dagger or a pen knife, and the pliers and hammer. Fire. He knows different types of fire used in a camping or outing. He lays and lights a wood fire. Int. He opens with not more than 2 matchsticks. Cooking. He knows the working and maintenance of a kerosene pressure stove or a gas stove. He cooks in open 2 simple dishes, enough for 2 persons, and make tea or coffee. He knows the safety precautions in case of gas leakage. Compass and map. He knows the 16 points of a compass. He become able to find north by at least 2 constellations during night. He follows a trail and out. He follows a trail led out using compass, bearing and distances. He knows the terms scale, direction, conventional signs, contours and grid reference. He becomes able to use a tourist map. In spite of these learnings, he learns first aid, have knowledge about wounds and know how to deal with bleedings, burns and scales, sprains, stings and bites. Demonstrate the use of roller bandage. Demonstrate the use of a triangular bandage for the head, hand, knee, foot, ankle and fracture of arm. He improvised a stretcher. As per the estimation, with the help of improvised apparatus, estimate two distances or width of not more than 100 meters but not less than 30 meters. Know the length of your stride or pace, and using this, estimate the distance traveled. Out of doors, he participates in a company-wide game. He participates in a company campfire. He participates in a company campfire and know at least 2 folk or patriotic songs and participate in a patrol skit. He knows and participates road safety rules for vehicles. He knows how to ride a bicycle. He visits a factory in the neighborhood of school, college, residence to understand the manufacturing process of various products and also to respect the dignity of labor. Services that he provides. He undertakes a development project in your school in consultation with the head of the institution. He participates in one of more social service camps during over a period of a month. He serves in community fair of Mela, including preparatory post event assignments of fair or Mela. He participates in anti-litter campaign with your patrol and help to clean up an area around your school or headquarters. He demonstrates the 3 R's of conservation: reduce, recycle and reuse. To form and participate in self-help groups and such other sustained activities where guide skills are made use of. Sense training, know and play, Kim's game to enhance observation, taste, sound, smell and touch. Qualify for any two from the following proficiency bases: cook, debater, friends to animals, gardener, handy woman, cyclist, laundress, reader, child nurse. Discipline, he knows the various company formations. He becomes able to march 3 deep with your company smartly and in good order. Follow drill commands during marching. He participates in 4 all faiths, prayer meetings in your company. Communication, he uses a computer and knows the advantages and disadvantages of mobile phone and internet. He knows how to use the internet and access the website of the Bharat Scouts and Guides. Patriotism, he collects information on our heritage and culture and prepares a logbook. He serves as Pradhan, he serves as Pratham Sopan guide for at least 6 months. So there are so many activities that can be learned only by a good sportsman for performing well. In spite of these practices and activities, exercises, test for Tritya Sopan, pioneering, tie and know the use of the following: fireman chair knot, man harness knot, bowline on a bite, draw hitch. Tie and demonstrate the use of the diagonal lashing. Use another method of whipping other than the one used in Pratham Sopan. Make a flag most of at least 3 staves with your patrol and demonstrate for flag break. Make a temporary shelter for yourself. Know any one method of splashing eye back shot. Swimming. Swim 50 meters. Know the safety rules of swimming. Know how to deal with cramps. Earn any one of the following proficiency badges: athlete, climber, games leader, gymnast, hiker, yoga, cyclist. Estimation. Be able to estimate height, depth, width, numbers and weight using recognized methods of estimation. First aid. Know how to deal with emergency situations such as drowning, electric shock, general shock, automobile accidents and human being caught in fire. Treat for choking. Deal with simple fracture of collarbone, upper arm, forearm, hip and lower leg. Treat for heat stroke and sunstroke. Demonstrate CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Place an unconscious vitamin in the recovery position. Transportation of victim. 1 rescuer and 2 rescuers. Mapping. Be able to access a GPS map and use it, follow a given route or draw a map of the area using triangulation method. Triangulation method with the help of compass or plane table method, or sketch a map of the route undertaken for at least 4 kilometers by using road traverse method of Gilwell method. Talk during the company meeting. Give a talk for about 5 minutes on any one of the following subjects: national integration, child abuse, child education, child health, child social security and child labor. Substance abuse. Your future guide training. Gender equality. Free being me. Out of doors. Plan an overnight patrol camp. Undertake a day hike of 10 kilometers on foot with patrol or company members. Prepare tea for the patrol. Make a report and submit it within a week after the hike is over. The hike route is to be given by the examiner. Participate in a night game. Cooking. Cook food for your patrol by using backwoodman method. Signaling. Learn more signaling and be able to send and receive simple messages of 10 words. Qualify for any two proficiency badges, one from each group. Group A, Civil Defense, Community Worker, Ecologist, Pioneer, Safety Knowledge, Self-Defense, World Conservation. Group B, Aids Awareness, Bookbinder, Citizen, Computer Awareness, Drug Awareness, Healthy Women, Hostess, Naturalist, Pathfinder. Knowledge of guiding in India and WAGS, World Association of Girls Guides and Girl Scouts. Know and understand the safety measures while using ATM card and mobile phone, or use basic electrical or electronic devices and assemble a useful gadget at home under the supervision of a trained adult. Fire. Complete any three of the following. Safety precautions regarding fire. Demonstrate bucket chain method to put off fire. How to tackle dry grass fire. Types of fire extinguisher and use thereof. Service. Know and understand the disease tuberculosis, its symptoms, treatment and precautionary measures for preventing the disease, knowledge about directly observed treatment. Serve a Dvitiya Sopan guide for at least 6 months. C guide in addition to Tritiya Sopan test given above, a C guide will swim 30 meters, learn to dive, have knowledge of different types of boats and sails and anchors, learn signaling by semaphore method, know any three constellation to find directions. Air guide in addition to Tritiya Sopan test given above, an air guide will have to qualify for following: know the history of flying, know the theory of flight, know about the flight safety procedures, have in general knowledge about civil aviation, national and international airways or lines. Note: on the successful of completion of the test for Tritiya Sopan batch to the satisfaction of the independent examiners arranged by the training counselors and appointed by the batch committee of the local or district association, as the case may be, on the basis of the certificate issued by the examiners, the guide shall be issued the Tritiya Sopan badge. The Tritiya Sopan badge consists of the emblem of the Bharat Scouts and Guides and scroll as for the Tritiya Sopan badge surrounded by a laurel. The Tritiya Sopan badge shall be worn on the left sleeve in the place of the Tritiya Sopan badge. A Tritiya Sopan guide will work at least 9 months to qualify Rajya Puruskar. Test for Rajya Puruskar. Ensure proficiency in the test undertaken Tritiya Sopan. Hold Tritiya Sopan badge. Earn ambulance badge. Undertake overnight hike for 10 kilometers along with group of guides of her own company and submit report to the guide captain within 10 days. Or an overnight cycle hike for 25 kilometers along with group of guides of her own company and submit Report to the guide captain within 10 days. Work on one of the following for 6 months and submit a report. Kitchen garden or root garden or hanging garden. Mapping. Make a map by using any one of the method not done earlier. Plane table or triangulation or road traverse. Campcraft. Be able to pitch, strike and pack a single or double fly tent. Suppletion. Eye, back, short. Anyone not done earlier. Make a model of any pioneer project. Earn any 3 of the proficiency badges not earned earlier from among the given below. Child nurse, community worker, ecologist, public health, soil conservator, solar energy awareness, literacy, community singing, sanitation protometer, sanitation promoter, safety knowledge, rural worker, rescuer. Earn any of the proficiency badges not earned earlier out of the following: camper, pioneer, stargazer, naturalist, tracker, electronics, signaler, cancer awareness, health, nutrition educator, farmer, diary maid, writer, beautician, free being me, dancer. Have a knowledge about bees and BS websites. Gain information about your regional headquarters. Sea guide. In addition to above test, a sea guide will have to qualify for the following: swim 50 meters by backstroke and by one other stroke. Dive and remain under surface for some time, means at least 1 minute. Learn rescue methods of saving a drowning person. Send and receive simple words by semaphore method. Know about the national flags for neighboring countries. Know at least 3 navigational stars. Air guide. In addition to Rajya Puruskar test given above, an air guide will have to qualify for the following: make at least 2 dummy aero models of different types of aircrafts. Know about airfield signal modes. Plan and prepare a model of an airfield. Mark on a national map the airfields or aerodromes in the country. Note: the Rajya Puruskar badge consists of the emblem, the Bharat Scouts and Guide at the bottom, the Ashok Chakra at the top, and the word Seva in Devanagari script in the center, surrounded by lurid. The badge is issued on the basis of certificate issued by independent examiners appointed by the local or district badge committee and satisfactory completion of state level testing camp. Guide who has already earned the qualifying badges will have to attend Rajya Puruskar testing camp organized by the state association under the supervision of the state organizing commissioner, where the knowledge and skills of the guide will be retested. After being qualified in the testing camp, the guide will be eligible for the wear of Rajya Puruskar badge and certificate. The Avjaya Puruskar badge shall be worn in the place of Tritiya Sopan badge on the left sleeve, as per diagram shown on pages number 20. The State Chief Commissioner, who is the final authority to grant Rajya Puraskar badge, shall issue from time to time suitable directives in respect of badge test and ensure the adequacy of knowledge and skills up to Rajya Puraskar badge. This award is presented by the Governor or Patron or President of the State Association on the recommendation of the State Chief Commissioner and can be withdrawn under compelling circumstances by State Chief Commissioner. Rashtrapati Guide Award. The President of the Indian Union has been graciously pleased to authorize issue of a special certificate to a guide who earns the Rashtrapati Guide Award after serving as a Rajya Puraskar guide for at least 12 months. The guide captain, who is advanced trained, shall inform the national headquarters through proper channel on a registration form available from the state headquarters or BSG website that Rajya Puraskar guide has completed the requirements of Rashtrapati Guide Award. Guide shall record her attainments of Rashtrapati Guide Award on the said form and submit the same to the regional headquarters through proper channel. In the absence of guide captain, the assistant guide captain, who is advanced trained, will be competent to make recommendations. At the time of Rashtrapati Award testing camp, a guide should produce her individual progress card along with photo ID proof in original. Rashtrapati Guide Award certificate are presented at a formal ceremony by the President of India on the request of the Chief National Commissioner. Rashtrapati Guide badge shall be worn on the left sleeve as per diagram shown on badge number 201. Below the ambulance badge and above the membership badge, surrounded by the proficiency badges of Rashtrapati Award. The Chief National Commissioner shall issue from time to time in respect of badges test, etc., and ensure the standard of skill involved. The guide captain or assistant guide captain will recommend only up to 25% guides of the total census of the unit. For Rashtrapati Award in a year, special cases could be recommended by the district chief commissioner and state commissioner and state chief commissioner, subject to maximum of 50% in a year. Rajya Puraskar guide who has already fulfilled all required conditions will have to be tested at state level and certificate by the state organizing commissioner before coming for Rashtrapati Guide Award testing camp organized by the National Association under the supervision of the concerned assistant director or test for Rashtrapati Guide Award. Hold the Rajya Puraskar and be able to maintain the standard. Camp with her company patrol for 3 consecutive nights in the open gatherings like jambors, rallies, etc. are not to be counted. Be able to improvise either a shelter or a hut, machan with available natural material for 2 persons to sleep in. Hold the disaster badge, repass ambulance badge. Qualify for any one of the following proficiency badge and earned earlier. Qualify for any 2 of the following proficiency badge not earned earlier. Adds awareness, handy woman, beautician, sea fisherman, hiker, word conservation, interpreter, farmer, free being me, solar energy awareness, event manager, self defense. Participate in a sustained community development project at least 2 hours in a week for 6 months on any of the following subjects: promote gender equality and empower women, reduce child mortality, improve maternal health, combat HIV or AIDS, malaria and other diseases, ensure environmental sustainability. Under the guidance of the guide captain, teach game for younger children for 15 days. Show the knowledge of interior decoration and fancy cooking. Have a knowledge and prepare a log book on the 5 word centers of WAGGS. Sav Raja Puruskar Guide latest for 12 months. Note: Rashtrapati Guide Award is awarded by the President of India. Rashtrapati Guide Award is presented by the President of India on the recommendation of Chief National Commissioner and can be withdrawn under compelling circumstances by the Chief National Commissioner. Dear friends, you are learning how sports help in serving at the national and international level for defending humanity. A guide can start working for proficiency base at any time after investiture and continue working for them till he completes the guide age, even after gaining the Rashtrapati Guide Award. The tests for these badges are given in the appendix. Proficiency badges are issued on the basis of the certificate of qualified and independent examiners appointed by the badge committee from the panel of examiners approved by local or district association. All the proficiency badges, unless otherwise stated, shall be worn on the sash in parallel rows in ascending order from Dvitiya Sopan to Rajya Puruskar. The ambulance badge are one each on both the arms below the shoulder. Badge patrol emblem to be worn in the center of the top of the sash. These badges can be worn by guides. These badges can be worn by guides only. All proficiency badges of the guide section will be in green on white background, with the exception of ambulance, child nurse and stick nurse. Hike tracks and camp for guides. Periodical hikes or tracks and camps for guide must be encouraged and arranged. A guide who wishes to go on a hike or track within the district must obtain permission of the district commissioner through the guide captain. For hikes or tracks outside the district, besides permission of the parents or guardian, permission of the state commissioner through the district commissioner of the district to which the names and addresses of the concerned state commissioner are known, which the guide belongs, must be requested to send intimation of the hike or track. In order to have proper arrangement for track or hike, permit card signed by the guide captain shall be issued. The concerned district organizing commissioner shall issue permit card only to the guide captain in charge of the company, and the guide captain in turn shall issue such permit card to the patrol leaders. A guide shall not track or camp except with the previous written permission of the parent or guardian or the guide, captain and the concerned district commissioner. In order to obtain the written permission of the concerned district commissioner, sufficient intimation in the prescribed form must be given to the district commissioner to enable her to issue necessary written permission. A guide shall wishes to join a camp must produce a health certificate from her parent. A guide shall not permitted to camp except under the leadership of a patrol leader or guide captain qualified and trained for the purpose. When the guides purpose to camp outside their own district commissioner, so that district commissioner of the district in which the camp in time. Guides who propose to camp in uniform outside the state must first obtain the permission of the state association, and application for such permission shall be recommended by the concerned assistant state commissioner, district commissioner of local or district association. A guide who goes on camp must be fully equipped with uniform and camp kit, inclusive of bed and blanket, of which she should satisfy her guide captain. Dear friends, listeners and learners, watchers, those who are listening, how our sportsmen, gamers, players can perform at the national and international services in defense for all kind of profession.